Welcome back for another tutorial with ExpressTime Solutions. And today we want to be talking about statistics and how this can benefit you in your business to know exactly how your labor is versus budgeted versus actual, and your financials, revenue versus actual labor cost that is costing. So today, after we've gone through and put in our budgets in a building, which you can see in an earlier tutorial, at this time we will go up under our Customers tab and go to Statistics. And we will pull up the Statistics tab, and then we will put in the date range that you want to put in. You can go from the first of any month to wherever you are. As long as you start on the first of the month, it will be able to show you live to the moment that you are at. We're at the 1st of April. I'm going to drop back and look at the month of March to see how we ended up doing for the month of March here. So I'm looking at March the 1st through the 31st, and I want to do search by labor percent. There are many different ways you can sort this out, but we are targeting on checking on our labor and seeing how we are standing on our labor and our production. Once I click on labor, search by labor percent, I'm able to see these are the companies that I have budgets in and revenue put in for. Looking here, I can see my 3 buildings, and if you look across, you'll see your scheduled hours versus your budgeted hours versus your actual hours. And then it gives you your over or under on what you're doing versus your actual versus budgeted. As you can see in the top, we're 7% over budget on our labor in this one particular building. Other buildings, you might be a little less. Our revenue side over here, we have our revenue put in, and it lets you know what you are actually paying your employees. It will go out then and put in the labor percent that you have based off of what you've budgeted, and you can come up with actually how you stand, whether you're financially doing okay or not. This includes fixed costs, all the taxes that you might be paying for your payroll. We can see our actual labor, this is what we have spent based off of the hours that our employees have worked. Here's what we have budgeted, and it shows if we're over or under on our budget versus our actual. So down here at the bottom, you'll also get a tally of your whole company. You'll be able to see your revenue, what you've billed for the month versus your actual labor cost, and what you'd budgeted in your labor cost as a company, and it will show you if you are over or under budget as a company as a whole. You can also print these off, and you can do this in many different ways. If you want to print this as a supervisor view, this is the ones that do not need to know the revenue side, but they do need to know the budgeted hours and to work with their employees on that. You can actually print this off in a supervisor view, and it will strictly deal with budgeted hours, actual hours, scheduled hours, and your over or under on the hours. If you wanted to also go back and look at what it looks like for a manager view, this is one that would know that you would sit down with that can actually see the financials as well. You'll be able to see the actual budgeted hours, actual hours, along with the budgeted revenue and actual, or the budgeted labor versus the actual labor, to be able to see financially how you stand.